Hello everyone, this is Akansh Suman here. We are going to discuss the types of relative motions as a part of simple mechanisms. We know that if there are a number of links which are connected to each other, they are having some relative motions with respect to each other considered as kinematic links. Okay, we have seen. So we have classified the types of the link into types of the relative motions into three categories. The first is completely constrained motion, and the second is successfully constrained motion, and third is incompletely constrained motion. We will see one by one. Okay. First, what is completely constrained motion? You need to understand. In the completely constrained motion, motion is possible in one direction only. Motion is possible. You need to understand the criteria. Okay, then we will see the examples of each constraint motion. Motion is possible in one direction only. One direction only, irrespective of direction of applied load. It don't depend on the direction of applied load. Direction of applied load. Okay. So what is the completely constrained motion? Motion is possible in one direction only. It is irrespective of the direction of applied load. See the examples, that is sliding pair. You can see here the rectangle bar can reciprocate in the rectangle hole only. There is no other motion is possible here. The rectangle bar cannot rotate. Okay. So there is only one motion is possible, that is sliding, that is reciprocating. Translation, you can say translation also, but basically there is no other motion is possible here. It don't depend on the direction of applied load, whether you are going to apply in this direction, whether you are going to apply the load in this direction. It will move in only in one direction. That means only one motion is possible. Okay. And the another examples, that is piston cylinder, that is piston cylinder. You must remember the examples of the completely constrained. Piston cylinder device is also considered as a completely constrained motion because the piston can reciprocate only, it cannot be rotated. So basically we have constrained piston completely. Okay, so that is why it can reciprocate only. So that is the meaning of the completely constrained motion, that motion is possible in one direction only, irrespective of the direction of applied load. Okay, one direction means only one type of motion is possible. Okay. And the second is successfully constrained motion. You have seen the injection here. You have seen that it is practically when we push it, then we can say our injection is useful. I'm going to say that when injection is useful, when we push it from the top. If we are going to rotate it, there is no use of injection. Okay. If you are going to rotate it, there is no use of it. The useful of injection is when you push it from the top. So that is why we have provide motion for the injection intentionally. Okay. So there is another motion is possible, but the another motion, there is no use of the another motion. Okay. Basically the injection is useful when we push it from the top. So this is the example that is considered as successfully constrained motion. And you can see here the another example, that is foot step bearing. Basically you will study it in the machine design, foot step bearing. Okay. In the foot step bearing, you can see here that is the shaft, and shaft can reciprocate as well as rotate it. Both the motions are possible, but there is no use of the shaft for reciprocate. If we want the shaft to be reciprocated, there is no use of this bearing. The use of the foot step bearing is when the shaft is going to be rotated. So we provide rotational motion intentionally just because of the use of foot step bearing. Okay. Next is incompletely constrained motion. Incompletely constrained motions, that means there is more than one motion is possible. That means more than in one types of motion is possible. You can see here the round hole and the shaft. When you when you reciprocate shaft into the round hole, it can reciprocate easily. When you are going to rotate it the shaft, it will also rotate it in the round hole. Both the motion are possible. It depends on what types of motion you are going to use, but both the motion is possible and both the motions can be useful. So basically, if there are more than one types of motion, you can say it is the incompletely constrained motion. Okay. So these are the three types of constraint motion. The first is completely constrained, the second is successfully, and the third is incompletely. From the exam point of view, you must have to remember the examples of each constraint motions. For example, incompletely constrained motion, the shaft in a circular hole is considered as, this is the, you must have to remember this example, the shaft in a circular hole. They generally ask, determine the determine the shaft in a circular hole, which type of constant motions. You must have to remember it is incompletely constant motion. They can give footstep bearing. You must have to remember that footstep bearing is considered as a successfully constant motion. And you must have to remember in the engineering service examinations 2016, they asked that piston cylinder device is considered as which type of constant motion. So that is completely constant motion. Because engineering service examinations contain multiple choice question, so there is a chances of confusion. Okay, there is a chances of confusion, so you must have to remember each examples in a proper way.